Dasen, Acting Director of Information, Stuart Jeffers, Production Officer, staff of the Department of Youth, staff of the Department of Information, distinguished members of the media, ladies, gentlemen, boys and girls of the listening and viewing public, good morning. Today marks the official launch of the Youth Impact 12 program, and it gives me great pleasure to be the chairman of this auspicious occasion. Youth Impact 12 is a program that is geared towards identifying and awarding remarkable young people in specific areas vital to our national interests. This program is the brainchild of former Director of Youth, now Principal Education Officer, Ms. Zanella Claxton, who constructed the prerequisite framework necessary to successfully execute this initiative. We at the Department of Youth would like to sincerely thank Ms. Claxton for her foresight, hard work, and diligence in helping to make this program a reality. For further remarks and to give an overview of the program, I would now call on Ms. Curtis Clark, Senior Youth Officer.
Thank you, Mr. Harry. And as he would have stated earlier, my responsibility is simply to dissect the Youth Impact 12 program. So the general goals of this program are to recognize the outstanding achievements of our young people, to encourage and motivate young people to strive for excellence irrespective of their area of interest. We know that we are all unique. We have varying skills, various gifts, various talents, and what we are saying to our young people, despite your area of focus, despite your area of interest, despite your achievements, what we would like for you to do is strive for excellence. To encourage young people to be positive role models in their communities, and to identify 12 young people to serve as ambassadors for the Department of Youth each year. Some general guidelines to take into consideration when contemplating about this program. Applicants must be a resident of Nevis for a minimum of 5 years, must be between the ages of 18 and 30. Family members cannot be considered as nominators, nor can they be considered as references. All nomination forms must be accompanied by a biography and a passport-sized photo. All nationalities are welcomed. We are pushing for inclusivity, so all nationalities are welcomed. Nominees cannot, of course, nominate themselves. And a minimum of 2 continuous years of involvement in area of nomination prior to nomination cycle is encouraged. And so let me expound on this point. So we are currently in the year 2019, and we are saying here that there should be 2 continuous years of involvement. So if we are currently in 2019, then we must be able to identify your achievements from at least 2016, and for 2 consecutive years, 2016 to 2019 should give us a full 2 years. So minimum of 2 continuous years of involvement in area of nomination prior to nomination cycle. Awardees must agree to serve as ambassadors of the Department of Youth in their nominated categories for a period not exceeding 1 year. We do recognize, of course, that with this program, every month a new youth would be identified as the featured youth for that month. We are saying, for example, if you are awarded in the month of April, then we expect for you to serve as ambassadors from April 2019 to April 2020. If you're nominated in the month of, if you're selected in the month of November, then we expect for you to serve as ambassador in November 2019 through to November 2020. Not exceeding 1 year, but of course it cannot be less than 1 year either. Qualities of the nominee: noticeable commitment to youth development and the community, exemplary work ethics. So we expect nominees to be able to demonstrate discipline, respect, good time management skills, and the ability to commit to tasks assigned to them. Demonstrated record of achievements in category of nomination, and the ability to interact with young people in an inspiring and engaging way. Of course, we need to share the benefits of the program. So the awardee will be conferred the honorary title of Ambassador of the Department of Youth. Awardee receives support for their project, businesses, or concept within the confines of the department. Awardee's achievement is magnified through guest appearances on radio and television, and the awardee is publicly recognized for their achievements and receive a National Youth Award. Categories. The categories that were chosen for this program, Youth Impact 12 program, weren't selected randomly. As a matter of fact, the categories were extracted from the youth policy, and our young people were the ones to inform the youth policy through consultations and survey administration. So for January, we have entrepreneurship. February, youth in technology. March, sports excellence. April, youth development. May, extraordinary youth in agriculture. June, youth in the arts. July, youth in cultural and historical preservation. August, health and well-being. September, patriotism. October, education and lifelong learning. November, safety, security and protections. And December, youth in volunteerism. Certainly there are lists of criteria that would serve as a guide and references as it pertains to the various categories. The criteria associated with the categories can be found in our brochure, and they'll be posted online as well. So there are lists of criteria associated with each category for the associated month. Once we would have received the nomination forms, the nominees will be interviewed. So the interview panel will comprise of one young person between the ages of 18 and 30, one expert who is versed in the category of nomination, and one person who has an appreciation for the interview process and can be considered a neutral. These are some dates that I would like for you to pay close attention to. For the nomination process, we are opening nomination today for April and for May months. So the nomination is opened today, February 20th, and it closes on March 7th. So you have 2 weeks in which to submit your nomination forms. The interviews will be conducted on March 11th for those nominated for the month of April, and March 13th for those nominated for the month of May. The selection process will be completed by March 15th for both April and May, and the awardee will be featured in April for the month of April and May for the month of May. So these are some very important deadlines that you should take into consideration. Nomination forms and brochures can definitely be collected at the Department of Youth, which is located upstairs the Reliable Motors Complex, Miniplex, corner of Bath and Main Road, Charlestown, Nevis. Or for more information, you can call us at 469-5521, extension 6710 or 6711. More information concerning the deadlines for the other categories and for the other months will be posted via our Facebook page and other media outlets, so do stick and stay so that you would be properly informed. I must take this opportunity to commend my staff for their assiduous work as it pertains to constructing the Youth Impact 12 program. And I must also express my gratitude for former Director of Youth, Ms. Zanella Claxton, for bringing to our awareness the need for us to have such a program of this nature. I'm appealing to all young people, take advantage of this opportunity. We have initiated this program for you, and we hope that we would see myriads of nomination forms submitted, so that of course we can further understand the wealth of contributions and achievements that would have been made by our young people. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ms. Clark, for that overview of the program, and I would also like to concur with your statements. I would also like to implore the general public to get involved in this process. As Ms. Clark would have stated, the nomination process cannot have the nominees awarding themselves, and so it is incumbent on the general public to identify young persons who they feel are persons who are excelling in the various areas aforementioned. I would also like to again admonish persons to keep abreast of the Department of Youth and Sports Facebook page, where for the following months past May, we will be posting information related to interview dates and registration cutoff. Thank you very much for tuning in. Thank you to the Department of Information for hosting us. Thank you to the listening public for being attentive during this broadcast, and thank you to the Department of Youth and by extension the Ministry of Youth, Sports, Culture and Information et al. For supporting this initiative. Thank you and have a good day.